motherfucking days out. 3 if you count show day. I don't like to count show day. So it's 2 days of grinding, then we dance in our pants. So welcome to another episode of the Race Against Time. This is the third peak week of a very successful run of shows. Super happy with how it's gone. Looking forward to this one now on Saturday. As I said, I think in the last episode, I have got Sarah booked in to come with me for 2 days to document it all. So tomorrow is the day we travel up. I think we're leaving about midday, and then gonna take you through that full all day Friday registration, tan, and then into the show day on Saturday. So you'll see that all in the next video. But for this one, I wanted to show a full day of eating at 2 or 3 days out, depending on how you look at it. And I'm going to title it, What I've Been Eating to Get My Glutes Absolutely Fucking Peeled, as well as the rest of me. So this is like my baseline training day food, which I've been eating 5 days a week, 2 rest days. It's 300 carbs, and on rest days we do 150. So this is kind of how we've been doing it for probably the last... I don't think we've made any real dietary changes, apart from obviously the carb ups and that, in like 6 or 7 weeks. The body's just been responding to what we're doing. As far as this week, in terms of peak week, we have done a slightly different approach to the last peaks. We filled me up a little bit more, so we don't actually get that flatness on show day. So we did 800 carb on Monday, 800 carb Tuesday. Yesterday, which would normally be pulling it down to rest day carbs, which is 150, we bumped it up to 500, so another high day, moderately high day. Today, we're back down to training day food, because I've just done my last upper pump session, so that's 300 carb. And then tomorrow, depending on the look, we're going to do anything between 150 and 250, just to retain the fullness. He has also bumped up the fats today to hold the fullness, based on this morning's check-in. 214 pounds this morning after 3 days of loading. If you've been watching the series, you will know that my body weight around show day has been like 210, so we're only £4 up. So the look should be really good Saturday. I'm excited for this one. I look quite dry, even though obviously the weight's up, and I feel a little bit, I look quite dry, so we'll see how I look. As I just mentioned, I've done my last upper pump session this morning just to push some food around, get some blood in there. I didn't want to waste my pre-workout meal, so I have already had that, which I'll put a clip on, because of me eating it in the gym in the reception. But this post-workout meal is pretty much the same. The only difference is there was some dark chocolate in with the pre-workout meal to bump the fat. So let's get this post-workout on the go. So I've still been using the Train by JP cream of rice, and I am actually getting this from Stups, even though I'm not a sponsored athlete with them anymore. I do still get my subs from them. Shout out to Jake and Josh, because they're the new owners of Stups, and the boys have actually been delivering these to the gym for me, which has been a massive help because they know how busy I am. So first meal, or rather the pre-workout meal, was the same. It's 100 grams of the chocolate hazelnut spread cream of rice. What I've been doing is using the kettle water, but not boiling it, and then giving it a little stir. I've actually been using 6 times the amount of water with this now. So that's 100 cream of rice, so I've been doing 600 water, and then I've been putting it in the microwave and then just stirring it every couple of minutes to volumize. That'll do. Lads. So I've probably shown you about 3 different ways to make cream of rice throughout the Race Against Time. This is another way. So in the microwave, pull it out every 2 minutes, stir it. That's still, I don't know if you can see, that's still quite watery. And what I'll do now, because I've kept it quite watery, when I add in the vegan way, that's not vegan way, that's cream of rice, obviously it's going to thicken that up. So I'm putting 45 vegan whey in, which equates to 30 grams of protein. There we go. And then where's the fork? And then I'll just stir that in. I don't know if you can see that. Stir it in, and as it's stirring, it's going to thicken it up. Obviously, you just got to go around the sides and that as well. So I'll just do this and I'll put some music over the top, so it's not awkward breathing as I'm stirring. Okay, voila. So that's nice and thick-ish now. Also, while that was in the microwave, I've been taking these Action Sledge GDA Plus, which is basically a glucose disposal agent to push the nutrients where they need to go. And we are running Peak Max from Strom. Yes, I'm with HR Labs, but HR Labs don't do a GDA, and HR Labs don't do Peak Max. And Liam and Rick are cool anyway, so he's cool for me to use these. We are running, we did 4 yesterday, 2 in the morning, 2 with the last meal. We were planning doing 8, but we don't want to get that flatness again, so we're doing 6. I've already done 2 midday, or 2 like on meal 3, and then 2 before bed with the last meal. So that's that. Cinnamon. There we go. Don't forget the cinnamon, mate. And then the icing on the cake. Frozen raspberries, which is 100 grams. Voila. And a bit more cinnamon on top. Any fruit I can use on this meal, by the way. Been dabbling between these and blueberries. It's mad, isn't it? Because going back like 18 months, 2 years, I could not even look at fruit, and now I can't wait to put it in my mouth. Pause. And the final ingredient is salt. Ten screws. This comes out really shit, to be honest, so I'm not even sure I'm getting enough salt there. Should be okay, should be okay. Vape goes there, drink goes there, this goes up against the drink to watch YouTube. So this is post-workout. As I said, pre-workout, which you would have seen, the only difference was the dark chocolate added. It is almond butter on my plan, but someone cannot deal with almond butter or peanut butter being in the house. It's my kryptonite. So I said to Carl, can I swap it for dark chocolate? So that's why I use dark chocolate. I will be eating all the peanut butter post-show. Trust me. So I'm going to get this down me. And then I've got a haircut in 40 minutes. Show day haircut.
Let's see if that worked. Do you not have a wired mouse? Oh, there we go. It worked. Oh.
A couple of treats from the boy Ash for post-show tomorrow. We're definitely not opening that box until the job is done. But Ash, I appreciate it, mate, a lot. You're probably watching this doing your steps or something, but yeah, man, goes a long way. Thank you, bro. Put that there and put these out of sight. I've left it a little bit too long for this next meal, so I'm feeling it. But I've had a special delivery from Revive, which is my chicken. So that means I don't have to cook any chicken and wait any longer, which is awesome. I've got a discount code for Revive, which is Magic10. I'm pretty sure I've said about that on the channel before. Oh. It's pre-packed, seasoned chicken, Cajun. Didn't even have to tell them this time because they know. They know. So this meal is meal 3, and it is basically a bro meal, which is chicken, rice and veg. I'm just checking the amounts from the boy, man boy. We've got chicken, rice, veg. He's added almond butter, so I've just had to do a run. Even though I said it's my kryptonite, I mean, I'm 2 days out. we can deal with that. So I've got some almond butter to put on this as well. Veg, not pre-cooked, but these little mini bags from Tesco do the job. But we take all the shit that we don't want out of it. 200 rice. Happy days. Just gonna whap that in the microwave. And we are good. Because otherwise it would have been like another half hour really. Sorted. I'm on 6 litres of water today. Where's the PDA? Also, 2 days ago, or 2.5 days ago, I removed all condiments and fizzies, carbonated drinks. Will it make a difference? Who knows? I've never cut condiments in all my diet phases, preps before. They've always been in, even like the day before the show, the last 2 shows. But I thought, let's just squeeze a little bit out. So all I've been having on my meals is salt. And then obviously drink-wise, I've been adding a little bit of the sugar-free squash in there, or just going straight water. So it might eke out 1 or 2% more on stage, condition-wise. It's worth doing. So I am fully going at it, bareback, bro style. So we'll see if it makes any difference. How many Himalayan salts does one man need? I'm hoping this one's the good one. No, this one? Yes. There we go. A little bit more of bro chat and then I am on to some work. I've got one big video to edit before I shut up shop to get in the zone for the show. So edit after this, sauna, finish my steps off, which are at 10k maximum today, and then it'll be on the sofa for some Love Island action. Whoop whoop.
Oh, it smells of veg in here.
Yeah, it's because I'm eating veg, babes. Mad, damn it.
He improved a lot since he turned already, so I think he's getting into a stride of things. Yeah. Next. Tell me.
On to meal 4, which is the same as the last meal. Obviously, I'm excuse me, lads. Which is the same as the last meal. I'm just cooking the veg fresh. We've got the revived chicken in there, which I need to put on a plate. The rice, which was 200 grams of cooked weight or microwave rice, equating to, 60 grams of carbs. I've slept since the last one. Had a little 20-minute nap, in and out of an edit. Yeah, chicken and rice, which is 62 carbs. So we did 200 grams of that. You may have noticed almond butter was not in the last meal because I completely forgot about it. So I made up for it. I literally put it on a spoon. And I promise, cross my heart, that's all I had. I didn't take any more because I literally went, measured it out, ate it, licked the spoon dry, put it to one side and went in my office, hibernated for a few hours, trying not to think about almond butter. So I'm definitely going to put it on this because the almond butter drizzled, well, I say almond butter, it's the drizzle, you know. That drizzled over your meals, banging. Especially over the red meat meal. Don't knock it till you try it. You may have seen me eating it before. Sprinkle it, drizzle it over your meat. Pause. Salt. Oh, I tell you what, mixing the ketchup in with it is pretty good as well. But like I said, I've removed condiments out of my life until Saturday post show, when I'll be going straight to Five Guys. I better put my chicken in the microwave. Oh, I've put all the chicken out of that Revive package in one of these Tupperwares. So we're just pulling 150 out because it's 200 gram raw chicken on there, and obviously I've been doing this so long now I know exactly what I need, so I just do 150 cooked weight of chuck ham. The wife is going to be glad when this is all over because the fridge, the kitchen is a mess. I'm choosing my angles wisely. I have one stint a day where I'll go through the kitchen, I'll load the dishwasher, I'll tidy it up. It's tidy for about 20 minutes and then I'll fucking just make a mess in here again. So she is looking forward to me being off prep. And I'm not sure if you saw when I was putting the green beans on the pan, the hob. It's a sore subject in this house because both me and my stepson cook on here twice a day. He cooks his food for work because he's on a bit of a plan. I'm cooking my shit, and just two men cooking on a hob. Sounds like a film or a porno. 15 grams of this over the top. Excuse me, Ian Valier. The trick is the slow squeeze, so it's like a thin layer as well, so you can get a good spread, because we love a good spread. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 grams. I'm going to chuck that over the fucking wall into my next meal. The only time it's acceptable to lick the plate clean on the back end of prep, get the salt off it. Delicious. I also took 2 Peak Max, so that's 4 Peak Max in today, 2 later now when we get to the back end of the day. I've put a Q&A out on Instagram yesterday, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to answer some of these questions. This is off the top of the dome as well, by the way, because I've not looked at them. So, what is your current training split, mate? From Gym Guy GLB. Training split, it's not push-pull legs, it's a little bit more biased towards my weaknesses than that. So Monday is chest and triceps with a little bit of delts, not too much, and not a lot of triceps either because we've got an arm day later in the week, so it's like a chest focus session. Tuesday is back and buys, a little bit of buys, mostly back. Wednesday is legs, then it's a rest day. Friday then is shoulders and arms. A lot of shoulders, a lot of arms. Obviously that's where the volume, we pick it up from not having it in the Monday and Tuesday sessions. And then Saturday, the last day of the week, is a posterior day, density day, whatever you want to call it, where we do like the hip hinge stuff, and that is basically back and hamstrings, calves. I haven't really been able to go at that session for a long time now because obviously I've been in this pocket of prep for quite a while, 6 weeks since we did the first show, with 2 weeks in between each one. And then prior to that, we pulled out hip hinges, I think it was like a week before the first show, so that's like 7 weeks now of not doing anything like that, just because the risk is not worth it, especially when the body fat is this low. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into that posterior session because it is my party trick, pulling from the floor, and I'm not being able to do it. And seeing people do it on Instagram, it just makes me jealous. So hopefully I'll never injure myself where I'm not able to do it ever again in my life, because that would really fuck me off. James Robson 123, if you were able to start bodybuilding all over again, would you do anything differently? Yes. I think anyone that's followed me will know the answer to this, and that would be I would start earlier. In terms of the amount of time that I've been doing it, which is like I've been going at it for like 4 years, but I've been like training for 9 years. I would say if I had the mentality now of soaking up knowledge from the guys that really know what they're talking about, from that get-go, I think I would be a lot further ahead. Obviously I've done really well in the time I've been doing it, but I think I could even be further ahead if I had not spent the first 4 or 5 years, not that I didn't train hard or wasn't going at it, but the goal was slightly different, and that was more of just getting a good physique. I wasn't really looking at competing. I never thought that would happen really until last year or the year before last when I decided to compete. So yeah, just think I would have gone at it harder. But, you know, you can never say that because, you know, hindsight's a beautiful thing. You don't know what you want to do in 9 years' time when you first start something. So I'm happy with the progress I've made in the 9 years. Ultimately, the main answer to that question, the short answer is I wish I'd started earlier. Are 2 sets for front delts till failure per week from press movements too much or too little? Considering the sets per week for side delts are 6 with junk volume sets, most of them. From N. Georgiev. It depends on your front delts. If they're a weakness, then I would say yes, you need to hit it more. Like obviously, if you're training front delts as in on a shoulder day, then you're going to be hitting your front delts on a chest day as well. They're automatically going to come into play. So the chances are you might be going like directly and hitting front delts, but there is going to be a crossover in another session in the week when you do chest. But it all comes down to your weaknesses. I would say for 2 sets, I mean the fact you're asking that question, I would have thought means that you don't have good delts. So I would say the more volume that you can put in on there throughout the week, the better. So I would say yes, it's too little. In terms of the junk volume, I'm not sure what that really means. Side delts are 6 sets of side delts per week with junk volume sets, most of them. Yeah, I'm not sure what that junk volume means. I think any set you do needs to be productive, needs to be with progression in mind. So if you're just swinging the weight about, that's what you need to look at, if that's what that junk volume means. But in terms of 6 sets per week for side delts, again, chances are they're not a strength of yours. I would do more. I personally do about 9 sets per week on side delts. I do 3 on my chest day, my push day, on a Monday, and then I'll also do another 6, but 2 variations where I'll do cuffed and dumbbell or machine raises in the delta arm session. Can you do excessive cardio? I think he means he's overweight. So, can you do excessive cardio? I'm overweight. Walk on a treadmill 4 to 5 hours a day, 3,500 calories burning. There is no need. I'm just going to zoom in even closer. There is no need for someone to be on a treadmill walking for 4 or 5 hours a day. Nah, bugger that. Get your diet in check. You only need to do a certain amount of cardio. And in terms of walking on a treadmill, if you're overweight, get off the treadmill and get on something a bit more high impact for your cardio. Cross trainer, bike, Stairmaster. Stairmaster is like the one. You can't hide from the work on there. So my advice there is to stop walking and start actually working. That was J. Will's 007, Mr. Bond. Last one from Spud, Matthew Williams. DMX Ja Rule of Dog. Only the boys are going to know dog. DMX all day long. We all know that answer. Anyone that knows me. That's it. It is now 4:30. I'll be going to the gym shortly to finish off the steps for the day and have a sauna. What am I on? 6,002. So I'll bang out probably 2,000 steps, maybe just over. It's taken up to about 8.5 because then the remaining 1,500 through the day just get done walking around the house. And I do think I need to go back to a supermarket, buy more food. Ruining my life. So I will catch you for the next meal.
Such a good show. Yeah, but that's that show. I would kill that guy. I'd fucking kill that guy. Plus you're kind of a cock, aren't you? You're wife going to take those other two. They're like friends stuff. Obviously.
Right, so we're on to meal 5, which is basically 2 whole eggs, 300 egg whites, 150 veg. This was originally meal 1, but obviously I trained early to get that pump session done, so swap this to the back end of the day. So I got 2 0 carb meals basically. I got this, and then I got my red meat meal later. Boom. Finally, I went and picked a new one up. Just couldn't deal with the 3 hardly any going on in them Himalayan salts, so fresh one, fresh to death. Left the eggs really runny because obviously I'm not having any condiments, so that will be my sauce. And also you've noticed I've cooked everything separately, so the egg whites are separate to the eggs, and then obviously I've got a mixture of green beans and asparagus going on now. Just because asparagus is like a natural water diuretic, so I just put them in the back end of the day sometimes. And yeah, runny eggs to act as the condiments. The reason I cook things separately is it just feels like I've got more on my plate to eat. So little things, the little things. Runny egg, runny egg. Oh. This is normally 1 whole egg, but obviously because we bumped the fats up, we've got 2 whole eggs in this one. No almond butter.
The beat. That's it. Yeah. That's it. And look, and I always mean like listen, when I look at this historically, it's like I see a guy like Andrew.
This is 3 days.
3 days ago, so that would be Saturday. Exactly 6 weeks out of the show. Yeah.
Okay, 6 weeks out.
Meal 6. I have just had a scalding hot bath, if you're wondering why I'm looking a wet mess. Shaved the body, ready for tan tomorrow for the 3rd time in 6 weeks. Feeling bloated, and I don't give a damn because I've got to step on stage in 2 days in my pants anyway, so it doesn't matter what I look like now because I've ate, what is it, 3,000 calories. 3,029 calories, 304 protein, 307 carb and 65 fat today. And this is basically 200 gram of lean red meat, 150 veg, and the last bit of peanut butter for the day, 15 grams. Oh, that was a bit big. Boom. Salt that up, eat that, finish that water, pick my daughter up, watch Love Island, go to bed, 1 day out. And that is it. So, thank you very much for watching. This is what I've been eating pretty much, as I said at the beginning of the video, for my training day meals to get the glutes peeled, although they don't feel that peeled right now. The next time you see a video on this channel, it'll be show day. And if you follow me on Instagram or anything like that, you will know the result. So it's at jdavis_UK. Thank you as always for all the support throughout the series. We're not stopping after the show day. We'll continue with the content. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm almost at 4,000 subscribers. I think I only need about 70 and then we're there. So tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.